Other scholars saying the archaeology doesn't give us the accurate picture. He says estimates are given for the Spanish take of metals at the conquest. Nearly 61,000 kilograms of silver and 8,000 kilograms of gold from Peru, and 350 kilograms of silver and 4,000 kilograms of gold from Mexico. There was 190 tons of gold, 635 tons of silver per year, and more copper than that, all produced by part-time miners using the simplest possible technology. I had to go to another location. It was starting to rain. This is the country. Boy, you can see the clouds down below the mountains, can't you? That is quite the scenery. Show you through my windshield. That's quite the country, isn't it? Beautiful place. Boy, you can see the clouds hugging the mountains, can't you? That's Mount Baldy. The peak is up in the clouds, but that band of clouds by the bottom is really interesting, isn't it? It's quite a beautiful day, even though it's a little cool. Let me swing over here. See that band of clouds all the way around those mountains, man. That cloud's a low-lying cloud. That's not snow, that's a cloud. Now this is Palisades Reservoir. There's some mighty fine fishing down there, peoples, and I'm not even kidding. There's some mighty fine fishing down there. This is the mighty Palisades Reservoir. I'm right next to the highway, so there's going to be a lot of traffic noise. I just, whoop, bumped the camera, stupid. Look at that. What a beautiful shot, huh? Woo! Boy, there's a zoom for you. There's the mountain. There's the reservoir. Whew, it's gotten windy. Dadgummit, man. Anyway, I'm not going to be surprised if my hat blows off. See if I can hang on to these. In fact, my hat is going to blow off. Hey, there's the pelicans. There's an osprey. Let me see if I can catch him. That's a great shot. That's a good osprey shot there. I sure hope this wind doesn't bug this. Probably will. Anyway, as I was saying on this metal, it was estimated that 4,000 tons of gold came out of Mexico. This is in John Sorensen's page, 14. 61,000 kilograms of silver, 8,000 kilograms of gold just from Peru, 190 tons of gold, and 635 tons of silver, and more copper than that each year. Folks, we are talking tens of millions of dollars worth of these precious metals every year. Nephi said he found gold, silver, copper, ore in great abundance. I would say that almost matches that. That's sarcasm, folks. Work with me on this, will you? That's astonishing. And only in Mesoamerica does this kind of great abundance come forth. It's not in the Great Lakes region around New York. The populations match. There are some estimations that the populations of Mesoamerica was greater than Europe before the Spanish showed up. Hundreds of millions of people. The Cherokee nations up in the Great Lakes region, they might have had 100,000 people. The demographics doesn't match the Book of Mormon in New York or the Great Lakes region. The geography, the topography, the population, the writing systems, and the astonishing abundance of wealth as far as metals go, it's in Mesoamerica. That's why we're looking there at this point. I believe we found some very good matches for several of the cities, as well as the region, as well as the lakes, as well as the Great River Sidon, and so on and so forth. But the metal is definitely established there. There's a couple of other sources that Sorensen had. Oh, here we go. Warwick Bray. Gold working in ancient America. This is in the Gold Bulletin for 1978. Page 136. Most of the gold the conquering Spaniards obtained was melted down on the spot. The artist Dürer said that the amazing objects and the subtle ingenuity of the American artisans on the basis of specimens he saw in Brussels in 1502 took his breath away. He was very impressed. He mentioned a gold sun, a whole fathom, that is 6 feet broad, and a moon of silver just as large. Combining these accounts with laboratory analysis nowadays allows presenting a fairly detailed picture of Aboriginal gold technology at the time of the conquest. They had it. Tumbaga is harder than pure gold, yet it's easy to cast than its constituents metal alone. With appropriate surface treatment, Tumbaga jewelry can be made to look like pure gold. So there was that. They had welding, soldering, brazing. This was also worked with the pieces. They consisted of mixing copper hydroxide with glue, and what this does is binds the fine globules of gold in place. The fine globules of gold in place. When heated, the metal bonded as the glue was burnt away. It was gilding. They had gilding. Occasionally, gold foil was used to cover an object, making it appear as pure gold when it was just covered with gold. So at La Tolito in Ecuador, smiths worked with copper, gold, tumbaga, lead, and platinum, which had so high a melting point that they sidestepped the problem by sintering it with gold. Now this is another study. This is on page 16 of Sorensen's text. They say, direct archaeological evidence for smelting operations for any metal is rare in pre-conquest Peru and unknown in Mexico for all practical purposes. But does that mean it didn't occur? Not at all. Few objects of metallic tin survive from antiquity. And I'm trying to find this source that explains why. Oh, there's more. A dish-shaped object of metal composed principally of iron and sulfur It contained considerable iron, but no nickel, which would have been of meteoric iron. Metallurgy is estimated to have been introduced somewhat earlier than usually conceived.